Hey everybody, this is James Peterson with the Peterson Real Estate Team, your Sacramento area real estate expert. And today I got a special guest with me, Mr. Mark Graham from CMG Mortgage. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you. How are you doing today, James?
I'm doing awesome, man. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about first-time homebuyer programs and down payment assistance programs that a lot of people don't even know exist today. So Mark, tell us a little bit about CMG and yourself.
Well, CMG is we're a pretty large national company, but we have a local presence. We've got a new office that we just opened actually on Douglas, 3500 Douglas Avenue. So we're pretty excited to be expanding our company and our brand. And we have some very special programs that nobody else does. So it makes it very unique and helpful for homeowners.
That's awesome, man. So Mark, down payments have been kind of one of the biggest topics and actually one of the biggest obstacles for home buyers out there today. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the programs that you guys are offering today that can really help out with that?
You know what? In this area, there are several different programs out there that people, some they know about. There's standard programs that most people in this area know about. There's VA, which is you have to be a veteran to have, mm-hmm. and you can literally have no money down for that. There would be some closing costs that can be paid for by the seller. Okay. And then there's another one called the USDA program, which is a rural program, which once you hit Cameron Park, you're kind of in an area where you can make that area work. So, yeah.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. So, like we were talking about, first-time homebuyers really are concerned about how much money they're going to have to bring in to buy a home. Down payment is one of those things. So what should someone expect in our area to bring in for a down payment?
Well, again, most of the time people are bringing in 3 to 5% is kind of a standard down payment. What's the average price of a home, James, in this area?
So the average price of a home in Sacramento County is around $350,000. And to $400,000. First-time homebuyers might be looking at the lower end of that.
Okay, so you'd be looking at around. If with 3% down, they'd be looking at about $10,500. If they bring in 5%, then they'd be looking at about $16,000, right around there. Awesome. There are closing costs, that would include title fees and other fees that come along with purchasing a home, and those are usually 2 to 3%. One of the good things about that is. James, in this area, I know if you have your contract written right or written in a certain way, you can have some of those waived or paid by the seller.
Yeah, absolutely. In a lot of situations right now, since the inventory is coming up, we're seeing sellers willing to actually pay some of those closing costs or even pay the rate down to give home buyers a better payment. Yeah.
And that's one of the things that's always discussed first that I like to do is I always like to ask people how long they're planning on living there. If it's their forever home, if they're going to live there for a year or two. And so those are all the things that make a difference as far as buying the interest rate down or just looking to pay as little out of your pocket as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things we can negotiate within the contract to help with that.
I was going to say, and that's why it's really important to have a certified real estate agent, one that is basically that's his job. Yeah. Because it makes a big difference having a full-time agent. They pay for themselves.
Absolutely, Mark. So Mark, there's a lot of misconceptions out there, Mark, about how much money you actually need to bring in as a down payment. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. One of the things that people often think is they need to bring in maybe 20 or 30% for a down payment. They don't have to. Most people are actually bringing in only 3 or 5%. One of the things that first-time homebuyers are doing is they're usually getting a gift from their family member, or it could even be from a non-family member. It could be somebody that lives with them. It could be a church member, basically a roommate. Anybody else can pretty much give them a gift.
Right, and that kind of plays into that crowdfunding solution that you guys offer too, mm-hmm. Which is a pretty cool solution. And so with these gift funds, say somebody was going to get gift funds from a friend or a family member, can that be a loan or does it have to be strictly a gift?
technically it's supposed to be a gift that they don't have to pay back. And then all we would need is just a letter from that individual saying that they're going to give $10,000, however much the amount is.
Okay.
Another really popular way for people to come up with that down payment as well is they can tap into the 401k account oftentimes. And so every different 401k company is a little bit different. So there's not a set guideline as far as what they can pull out. And so that's one of the things that we would discuss with the purchaser as well.
Okay.
Another common way for people coming up with their down payments now is because the market is so hot right now and has gone up, the value has gone up so much in this area, is people are taking equity out of their house. And they're doing that either by taking a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit, or we're doing a cash out refinance, and then we're either going to have it, the purchase of the new house is a non-contingent offer versus a contingent offer, meaning they would have to sell the house. And James, what are the differences between a non-contingent and a contingent offer in this marketplace?
In this marketplace, it's pretty big. I mean, having a contingent offer, meaning that you need to sell your home before you can actually buy that next home, it really makes your offer look a lot weaker than somebody coming in, say, with cash or not having to sell it. So having a non-contingent offer is a very strong way to bring in an offer.
Yeah. And I've been running across that as well, where especially in this marketplace where it's a seller's market, where there's just such short demand. How many different offers are people getting on homes right now, James? It
really depends on the price point.
Yeah.
But Sacramento right now is still a pretty hot market, and inventory is coming up. In Dorado Hills, in the lower price range, if a home comes on priced well, we're still seeing multiple offers with 3, 4, 5 plus offers on the same home.
And so one of the things that we work to try to find out is if we can create a program or a situation where you can come in with a non-contingent offer, meaning you wouldn't have to sell your house, and that way you can close a lot quicker. And basically the seller has more idea that the loan or that it's going to go through, the more confidence that it's going to go through. And that's very important in these this year right now.
Right.
And that's a cycle that goes up and down, right, James?
Absolutely. So with first-time home buyers, if they have a parent that say they don't really have the money to help them with the gift funds, if those parents actually have equity in their home, what I've seen is a lot of those parents actually pulling out an equity line to gift. Is that something that first-time home buyers can do? Yeah,
this doesn't even have to be first-time home buyers. That can be any home buyer. But yeah, for any kind of buyer out there, what you can do is you can have your parents go take what's called a equity line of credit or home equity line of credit on their house. And basically it's just a loan against how much equity they have in the house. Or we can do what's called a cash out refinance. And both of those are, both two excellent ways of tapping into their equity in their house. So
yeah. Great. Yeah. So there's a lot of ways to get money for that down payment. So I've actually heard of some programs that you guys are offering where you might not even need any down payment, or there's some down payment assistance. Can you tell us about that?
Actually, there's a program that's specific to only my company. I just spoke about it very briefly earlier, but it's called the Home Funded program. And one of the cool things about that, and again, this is the only place that you can find this is at CMG, is it's a crowdfunding program, and it's still certified through conventional loans. So you still get that excellent interest rate that you get from you doing a regular loan, but the down payment, you can actually have it crowdfunded through your friends, your family members. And and how you set that up is we would help you create an account, and then you would see all the money that would go into that onto that account. And CMG is actually going to match the first $1,500 that's raised. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an awesome program. Nobody else out there is really doing that. So with those first-time homebuyer programs, are there any special qualifications that these homebuyers are going to need to have?
Nothing out of the ordinary, no different from any other regular conventional loan. So it's pretty easy to get.
Okay, great. So I've also heard of down payment assistance programs too, where people might be able to qualify for a grant. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, there's a couple of those. I mean, they even have special programs per cities. I know Citrus Heights in different cities, if you're very low income, they'll actually give different grants. Those are kind of hard to come by, and you got to wait in a waiting system, and typically those don't usually work out. But there are some other programs. There's one called the Cal HFA program, which they'll give up to 5% towards the closing cost, and that could either be in closing costs or in the down payment. There's another one called the GSFA program, that's another good program. They'll give up to 5 or 6% on that one.
Okay. So with these down payment assistance programs, are there any pitfalls that a first-time home buyer might expect?
You know what? One of the things that you can run across is there are higher interest rates on them, and there are penalties as far as if you move away within a certain time period. And so those are some things that we would want to run over. But they're great programs, though.
Excellent. So Mark, what's the best way for a first-time home buyer to really get started, to know how much they really qualify for?
The first thing that they'd want to do is to call up a local lender, and the local lender is going to ask them some questions, just basic information about their credit history, income questions, different things like that. And then we would talk about down payment source. And there's a lot of different areas that people can get money from that they don't even realize. They can use income from Social Security. They can use income from different, kinds of retirement accounts. It doesn't have to be a full-time 40-hour, week job. And so that's one of the things that people are often surprised about. And they're often surprised about where we can source the down payment. For people to source their down payment is from 401k accounts. So,
well, it sounds like there's some creative options. Mm-hmm. So if you're a first-time home buyer out there, I would suggest talking to a great lender, give Mark a call, and find out what it really takes. And like he was saying, there's so many programs and capabilities that they have to help you source funds to get that first home. Mm-hmm. So don't be scared. Give them a call and at least find out what needs to happen. So we'd love to help you guys find a new home. Mm-hmm. So how do people get in touch with you, Mark?
You can reach me at my cell phone or at my office. But my cell phone is 916-280-5331. And you can call me there anytime. I answer it all the time. So, how about yourself, James? People need to get in touch with you. How do they reach you?
That's right. You can reach the Peterson team at 916-500-4410, or you can check us out online. It's petersonteamre.com. And thanks a lot, everybody. Hope this was valuable information for you, and have a great day.